Okay, this is not going to be very much of a video, right? But you see the silver? Okay, you see the silver over here and the gray? See, you don't see the silver, so you think there's something else there. Just like when you sometimes think there's a black hole and sometimes when you think there's no black hole. Because if there's light on an angle towards certain colors, it's going to show something different. So even if you have the biggest camera in the world and you look up into space, sometimes it's going to be distorted because of the colors and the angles. Another thing I wanted to show you was this. You see this scribble? Look at the red, okay? But look how the silver seems to come so much farther out than the red that I had to dig and scribble on. You see that? You see what I'm saying? Look at the silver, how the silver comes out in light and the red just seems to dim away. Pretty screwed up, eh? I mean, even if you knew this already or you didn't know this, it's all about colors. Yeah, so I ended up that last video. It's really the longest. I wasn't planning on doing more than a minute here. I'm going to show you how that mask that I always wear, if you want to see how I originally designed it, it's right here. This is the original mask I made. I made it for C.P. Carey Price, Creation of the One Spirit of the Sixth Man. Carey Price. If you don't think God brought this down here perfectly, Montreal Canadiens, 24 Stanley Cups. 2 plus 4, 2 times 4. Heaven and Man, 68. Who's going to win the cup this year? I should work on that because this is the last year of the Mayan cycle for the Stanley Cup hockey decade. What was it? When was it? Was it in 1914? When did the hockey? When was it 100 years? Because I have a story about that. So this is the 100 years because I definitely think that sports are included in what happens in the universe. Whatever happens in the universe will tell you. And now everybody's going, oh my God, I'm going to gamble. I'm going to gamble. Don't gamble. Things change in the universe just as fast as they change down here. So that's why certain things can't be gambled on because they're sort of last minute. It's almost like if it happens in the universe, it might happen right away now. Sometimes if it happens in the universe, it won't happen until your children are 3,000 years old. It's the way it goes. It's the way in the motion of the heavens of God. The other thing I wanted to say is I'm still working on 73 because what's funny about 73, Uranus and Earth, okay, is that when you reverse it backwards, it's 37, okay? But when you double it, it's 74, and that's the number of Christ. So it's really, really funny. And in 2 years from now, in 2014, that will be the year of the egg. Because in the Hebrew calendar, it's 577, which says egg. 5, 7, 4, and 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. They say everything. There is a God out there. Otherwise, we were created from aliens and we should sound like a little bit different. We're all a little bit different. We might be coming from a different part of a universe, all brought together in the school of the angels and God, coming here to the earth to try and act out a life. They call it man. They give us some laws and regulations, but we change them. Why? Because we're like gold. We go up and down in value, and we're pliable. I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I turned it into a copper spoon. And all of a sudden, it was a metal spoon, and then it rusted. And along with that went my teeth. The only thing that seems to grow on me is my mustache and the knowledge of the Lord. May he be, and only whoever this creator is, and whoever he came. If he wants us to talk to Hashem, we talk to Hashem. He wants us to talk to Christ, we talk to Christ. We get so mixed up, we don't end up talking to anybody, and we're not nice to anybody either. So just pray to the 10 primary goals in life. Let's start off with, thou shalt not kill. 2, thou shalt treat the family with goodness. 3, thou shalt treat everybody with goodness. 4, try and put everybody before you, because if one falls in front of you, you'll end up picking them up anyways. 5 is your decision to figure out what the rest of the right ways of the world are. And if you're in an argument or there's some dispute, obviously there's something wrong. So number 5 is the easiest one. Take notice of every action that you make and reaction so that you better know what is actually going on in the vision of everybody else. You already know what's in your vision. Too hard-headed to go any further or advance. Raphael, in the constellation Pegasus 7286, I am Mr. Tackpants.